Hi guys, it's Monique. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I wanted to chat with you guys today about some awesome books that I have read while we've been on this Doman journey with Zakari. And I know most parents, they start off with the What to Do About Your Brain Injured Child by Glenn Doman, How to Teach Your Baby to Read, all of the books by Glenn Doman. However, I wanted to share some books that are written by parents that have been on the program and I have found super inspirational. Sometimes I don't quite need a what to do book, more of an inspirational book, other parents doing the program to kind of motivate me. So I just wanted to kind of share a few of them that I have really liked over the last few years. Now, the first one I'm going to mention, the most recent one, I don't actually have the physical copy because I pre-ordered the Audible version. My friend Ashley has been on the program for years with her son, and she shared her story. She's a fellow Canadian, and she shared her story in her recently released book. It's called My Own Blood. She's a fellow Canadian, lives in Alberta, and she shares her story. And she, in this book, is so raw and so real. And well, her child has a different disability than my son does. I found myself really relating to her. And I cannot recommend this book enough. Like I said, I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered the Audible version just because I knew I wanted to read it as soon as it was released. I think it's special because Ashley helped me a lot discover how to go about getting grants and things like that to help Zakari with his journey. And so it was super awesome to hear like a detailed story of how her and her family went through this whole experience. So I'm going to link it down below and definitely check that one out. Another one written by another Doman mom is Naturally Better. And this book is phenomenal. Her son, Griffin, also lives with a completely different condition than Zakari does. He lives with Down syndrome. And I just felt like I related to her so much as she used a lot of the same methods that I used with Zakari. I got some ideas from her. And this book I have read about 3 times. When I find myself kind of not motivated, not feeling like I can keep going on with like the different programs, I read her book and it totally motivates me. I highly recommend it. I believe the Kindle version or the like ebook version is easier to get. This was imported from Australia, where they're from, but I had the ebook version and I just needed a physical copy. So I landed up ordering it and I can't say enough good things. Definitely read this. Even if your child doesn't have Down syndrome, this book will inspire you. And I follow them on Facebook and it's so amazing to see what an incredible young man Griffin has turned into. It's so inspiring. The other book I don't have with me and I'm frustrated. It's out of print, but you can definitely find it used. It's just a bit more difficult to find. I will link it down below because you have to search the title exactly, but the main title is Doran, and it takes place in the 70s, I believe. And the first 50 pages of this book are just, you cannot believe that one person can go through so much. And every time I feel like, can I do this? Can I, am I able to make this work? I think back to Doran's mom. She was a widowed mother of two. Her child had a severe disability. Early on, had, I believe it was meningitis. She was torn between her two kids. Then they ended up coming home. He was severely disabled. She tried many of the traditional therapies and they were not working. And then she did so much like fundraising and was flying out. She lived in the UK, I believe, and she was flying out to Philadelphia to get treatment for her son. And when I hear people say like, oh, I can't afford this, and after reading her story, it made me really realize you can afford what you put your mind to. And she was such an inspiration, and I think I lent that book out. I think I'm just going to purchase another copy. I'm going to try to find one. It is out of print, but it is worth every penny. So like I said, I'll link it down below. Another one that was great is The Baby Will Be All Right. And this is another one that takes place several years ago. I believe this was in the 70s or 60s. Yeah, it's about an immigrant family that did the program. Totally inspiring. The other book worth mentioning is called Children of Dream, Children of Hope. And this is written by a father that was, his child was on the program, but he was also a physician, and he landed up working with Glenn Doman. And he was the one that helped Glenn Doman work with children with Down syndrome. So originally it was thought that children with Down syndrome would not benefit from the Doman program because it was a genetic disability, not a brain injury, or so they thought. But there was a family that used the program and they started seeing benefits in this child, and he introduced it to Glenn Doman, and that's how children with Down syndrome now benefit from the Doman program. Now, a little bit of trigger warning, I guess. It is written, where is the copyright date on this one? It is written in the 70s. So if the R word is offensive to you, it is used in this book. That being said, knowing when it was written and the inspiring story that's in here, I still cannot recommend it enough. I actually read this after flying to Philadelphia to take the course. I read this on the way home, and I pretty much finished it just as we were landing back in Winnipeg. So highly recommend that one. So if you're looking for an inspirational read for to keep you going and to see how other families have benefited, these books that I recommended are all awesome. One day I hope that I can write one of these. I have outlines and I've been keeping journals, and my future goal, and I'm going to announce it here because it is going to happen, and I'm going to make it a reality. I am going to share Zakari's story in a form of a book at some point, but we're still writing the story because we are still on our journey. But I am so grateful to these families for sharing their story and sharing their children's story and inspiring moms like me, and hopefully moms like you, that you can do this program and your child will benefit from this program. And it also shows like different ways that the parents do the programs. And yeah, it's just extremely beneficial. So anyhow, I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, let me know down below. If I missed any of books, Doman Mom books, or Doman Parent books that I should read, please leave it down in the comment below. If you've read any of these books, let me know down below, and let me know which ones you enjoyed the most. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.